everyone, my name's Ilea. I'm a graduate student of applied anthropology here at SJSU, and I'm here to talk a little bit about how I created my system, Reader's Quest, to get people more comfortable checking out books from the library and trying new things. So I chose this topic because as a child I didn't start reading until first grade. My sister learned to read really early and she read everything to me, so I had no interest in learning myself. There was no point in it. But once I was forced to learn how to read, I discovered what I had been missing and kind of just became obsessed with reading, and I absolutely adored it. I would read and walk and everything. I was just total book nerd. I will admit that. And then last year I finally realized, which it's dumb it took so long, but I finally realized that I could check things out of the library and I didn't have to finish them. And I could look at them, I could read a little bit, and if it wasn't my thing, I could return it. So realizing that took a lot of the stress off for me, and I realized that I had been very stressed trying to choose things based off of the back cover that I thought I would be interested in reading, and that there really wasn't a system in place to help me discover what I might be interested in, at least through the library. So I decided to make my own version. And I would say the most challenging thing for this process for me, it wasn't creating a system. I really enjoyed doing that. It was explaining why the system was fun. You'll see below that I don't actually believe in telling you why this is fun. I think that that is kind of an indicator that your system isn't fun. If you have to explain to me why this thing is fun, then you've lost. So I think I did an okay job staying true to my values about not explaining why something is fun while still answering the question for credit. But that was definitely the hardest thing for me. But I would also like to give a little bit of advice for people, maybe not necessarily about trying to explain why a system is fun, but when you're coming up with your gamified system, one of the things that held true for me and that I discovered pretty early on in the class is that gamification is not the linear approach. It's a way to get at a problem in a more accessible way for the user, for the player, for the reader, what have you. So discovering that kind of helped me create this system. So my central goal might be to relieve the stress of people when choosing what books to read, but that's not necessarily the central goal for my users, you know? So I want them to read more, but their goal is to discover what the next clue is, to discover what the next thing is in their quest to find the books and to earn the most points or get the most badges or whatever they decide for them is the most central thing there. So being able to go about the system in a way that isn't so straight a path, I think actually helps create the fun for it and will help your system be more successful than you could have imagined. So that's just really short. I don't want to go on too long. Goodness knows I've gone on long enough in the actual summary, so apologies for anyone reading that. I do want to do a shout out. This song that we're listening to right now is called Up All Night. It's by the Great American Novel, and it's on their CD Death of the Author, I believe. They're a local band. They're awesome. Check them out. I hope your semester's going well. If you're stressed, listen to this band because it's amazing. And if you're not stressed, I'm glad your finals are going well. So have a great time, and I can't wait to see what systems you guys have made. Bye.